wind is just whipping through this tunnel right here. My face has become numb in minutes. I fell through the creek. Oh! Oh! Welcome back to the channel, folks. We are doing a return visit to our famous and most favorite local stealth camping spot. So there's literally a blizzard going on right now. As I've told you before in previous videos, this place is extremely well protected from the elements. That's why you don't see all the blowing snow and the craziness, but I'm gonna show you. So I just got my bag down. I wanted to get that down first thing because it's quite cumbersome to carry. But yeah, let's check out this storm. It's pretty crazy. This used to be the way out right here, but as you can see, the storm that came through has obviously knocked down some trees. Even in here, it's pretty well protected. We're still not getting the brunt of it. It's well below 0 Fahrenheit right now, with wind gusts at 45 miles an hour. There's at times wind chills as low as -40, but we're not experiencing that down in our pocket. Because we're so well protected. So since we're so well protected, it's going to feel more like the real temperature, which, by the way, the real temperature is, I think, 0 right now, and it's gonna get to -15 Fahrenheit tonight without wind chill. You can see the trees out there. You can kind of see what the real wind's like. Oh! So as I was going out to get some B-roll for you guys, show you the storm, my feet fell through the ice and I went into the water. So now I'm kind of in emergency mode. So I'm going to get this. I only felt like up to my ankle, but still my feet are wet now. So I'm gonna go into emergency mode here and start getting everything cleared off. So I'm gonna set up a time lapse. I'm gonna show you me clearing this campsite out. Okay, so I just finished clearing this spot up. Let me show you how it looks. I think it looks pretty good, so I'm gonna finish stomping the rest down. Okay, so because I fell in the creek, my feet are frozen from basically the knee down. Means I have no insulation left down there, which means they're gonna get cold when I stop moving. So for me, the trick to staying warm tonight is to keep moving while I set up this campsite, because as I showed you, it's very cold, and to get some heat going, because we're gonna need to get dried out. Now, I know there's some rocks here. Gonna need them. There's some wood. God, the snow is deeper than I thought. Hopefully they aren't frozen. Oh, yep, they're pretty froze. Is there any loose ones? Definitely gonna want some of this if you can get it. I imagine there's gotta be some type of loose rock. I think I need them to tie this down. I'm guaranteeing that ground's probably frozen. Oh, that duck just scared the crap out of me up there. You see him flying by. They're pure white. I don't see that very often. I'm out of breath because this rock right here, I had to wiggle it free. You can still see the dirt frozen to it. Took a lot of work to get it free, but once I got the first one free, I was able to break some more loose. I'm gonna use these as weights on the rope instead of stakes to tension this. I'll show you how. In fact, before I even go to next clip, you're already gonna need something like this to toggle. I'll show you what to do. Okay, now I'm gonna do that with 3 more. Okay, so I got all the rocks that I need down to start before I put in the tent pole to raise the tent. So I'm gonna raise the tent right now, fingers crossed, because I can feel with every step the water in my feet. I'm pretty impressed this tent stayed up, but as you can see, it still needs some work, so I'm gonna get some more rocks down. Hopefully I can pry them loose from here. You can see where I just got another one pried. Okay, so I know it looks hideous, but I'm gonna finish taking this out. I was able to pry those rocks loose by striking it with a rock that I was able to break. So if I was lucky enough to get a first rock broken, and I used it to basically had to use all the rocks in the fire ring. There's another rock. She ain't pretty, but she's up. Behold, the mystical hot tent. You know, I'll admit, I was a little bit hesitant to bring the hot tent on this trip. I didn't want to. I felt it was a lot redundant, but I am thankful now because yeah, so very thankful to have that now. It ended up being a good decision. So I'm gonna get this bag inside the tent and get the stove assembled. Running low on time, so as you can see, I haven't even started doing wood yet. So let's get started. Okay, so because the temperature here is about 0 degrees Fahrenheit without wind chill, that means that's frozen, that's frozen. My feet are frozen because I fell in the creek. My toes are starting to get cold at this point. My core is starting to cool down a little bit. I'm not moving as much. I have everything set up. Ooh. Yeah, let's get that cap on quick. We have the cap on now, so I'm gonna work. I'm getting some firewood ready in here so that we can get comfortable. As you can see, it's really cozy. Definitely a lot better than being in the wind. Okay, so the temperature is getting really cold out here and nightfall is approaching. It's gonna drop another 15 degrees, so I have my backpack on. I'm gonna go and collect some dry wood. And one thing, I'm gonna tell you another thought about winter camping. I wouldn't even use stakes because if you can get away without using them, snow stakes even, you're gonna be a lot better off because good luck getting them out of the ground in the morning. They're gonna be frozen. Look how snowy it is. I fell once trying to do this, but I'm gonna see if I can get you some B-roll. The wind is just whipping through this tunnel right here. It's cold. It's very cold. Very cold wind. Ooh. Wow. Tracks are almost buried. How steep and sinking into my knees in snow. The wind's brutal. It's very, very cold. See all the sticks blown with these high winds. My face has become numb in minutes out here, and because the muscles are starting to freeze it's becoming harder to talk, and my speech gets a little bit slurred. I'm not necessarily cold per se, but as you can see, one can't last very long in open exposure, which is why it's so critical to find natural shelter, as much of it as you can in times of extreme weather. There's a wind chill right now, at least -20. At least -20. Walking through deep snow, it does help to warm my core. But when you stop moving, you're gonna get very cold, especially if you're wearing cotton and you start to sweat. That sweat will freeze. Your clothing will lose all of its insulation value. My bag is full of firewood, so hoping it's enough. Otherwise, it's going to be a very cold night. My boots are almost completely frozen at this point, so getting to get the stove heated and start drying our stuff out and get some heat, or we won't last long either. I'm not even positive the gear I have is enough to withstand -15. So this could turn into a night that involves constant oversight of the fire. We're gonna start moving down to camp again. I fell through the creek. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, as you can see, I'm having a bit of a rough time myself. Oh, whew. 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 I am just covered in snow right now. Oh. Oh man. You can see. Oh. Oh, every move I make just drenches me in more snow. But it's better than falling through the creek again. I hope the firewood was worth it. Oh, oh, I just got stabbed in the eye by a tree branch. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. But it's still, oh. You can just see how much harder everything is in the, in the winter. I am just covered in snow now. Oh, I falling through. Oh. Oh, I made it back. Oh. Ooh, there's the tent. I got a bag full of firewood. Okay, so I'm in my home for the night. That's all the firewood I was able to bring in my backpack. I don't have any extra, so that doesn't exactly look like enough to last the rest of the night. So I'm gonna have to collect some of my own. So I have frozen gloves, frozen feet, frozen pants. I'm cold, but I have to get some firewood, so if we want to stay warm, we gotta work. So I'm in a bit of a trouble here as nightfall is coming. It's getting dark now. It's gonna be dark really quick here. And I don't have enough firewood, so oh man, we're gonna be working in the night or just toughing it out. So we'll see what we do. Gotta get some firewood. I gotta get going. Don't have much time, so I'm just gonna get to work and I'll catch you when I'm done. So the time is 5:13. Sunset's already passed. We're in twilight now. We don't have much time left, and I can't feel my fingers at this point. I can't feel my toes. But if we want to make it through the night out here, I have to keep working. So we're gonna start cutting this up. Oh, so we just finished cutting up all the firewood, and I can't feel my fingers. I couldn't when I started, and I still can't. My core is very warm. I'm warm in the chest and overall, but yeah, my hands are cold. My feet are cold. I just cut up a bit of firewood there. I think we have enough to not just be comfortable, but very comfortable. And we're gonna need it because it's gonna get cold tonight. And I'm wet, very wet. So I'm excited to get started. Very excited to get started. Oh, I don't even know whether to baton that wood or not. I think I will. I think I'm gonna do some batoning yet, so I'm not gonna start the fire quite yet. I just tuned up my blade over the weekend last week because I was on call for work. Couldn't camp. Let's see how it cuts. Also repaired it. I completely repaired it. It broke. How thick this wood is. I'm pretty impressed. So all camp chores are done, and I think it's time to go in the tent. It's about 5:30. It's below zero. Yeah, there's ice crystals on my face. So, ooh, on my scarf too, on my collar. Yeah, it's time to go in and get defrosted because it's getting chilly. It's only gonna get chillier. It's gonna get, they're saying -15 tonight. -15 Fahrenheit, that is. Just checking one last time to see if anybody's coming down, seen me or something. Time to go in. Let's go in. Alright guys, it is frosty in here. As you can see my breath. Pretty easily this time, huh? Alright, let's get some heat in here. was lit. So hopefully that takes off here. We'll notice. Ooh. Already releasing steam. Ooh, wow. That's heating up fast. It must be heating up fast. Get that glove away from it. Yeah, okay. It's lit. I can't believe the microclimate being created in here. You can see the steam already coming off my pants. It's coming off everything already. It heats up quick. Yeah, it's heating up. That'll be nice, because I just realized something. I was like, sorry, my camera light's charging, so I have to use my headlamp for now, so it's gonna be a little annoying, but thought, why are my pants wet? Because you know, they were frozen. They weren't necessarily wet, they were flat out frozen. Now they're wet. I'm like, why the heck are they wet? They're already melting. It's already melting and thawing them, so great. It is just so hot in here now, which is so nice, because I was really almost ready to throw in the towel here. I needed this heat. I needed it. My feet are just so cold. They're so cold. That's all thawing out though. Pants are starting to thaw out, which is good. Yeah, let's get that exposed. Wow. That is all steam. All steam. My camera light started working again, which means the temperature has risen in here. That's the only explanation for that. I'm still fully clothed. I'm still cold. It's extremely cold out. It didn't want to warm up in here. It was struggling to, but we finally did it. It is finally warm in here. We'll be able to dry these shoes out and have some dry shoes to wear in the morning, which will be crucial. I have it all hanging now. It should dry much more properly. There's a lot of hot air up there, so it'll dry fast. Which is be nice. I'm cold. I'm cold. Been working on organizing my room in here. It's a little disorganized, and I didn't have it worked out where I was going to sleep, so I have rearranged the fireplace so it's now pointing this way. I got fire rearranged it. I got my water bottles around it to keep that from melting. Excuse me, from freezing. I want it to melt. Got my gloves hanging, boots hanging, socks hanging. Everything's drying out that I need dried out. Everything in here looks so cold. Oh man, I am tired. I got under a wool blanket. I'm not in a sleeping bag, excuse me. Not in the sleeping bag, but I am laying down. I'm gonna make some hot cocoa. Finally got everything rearranged, so this is all in front of me now. It's extraordinarily cold. It's very cold. It's below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. But we're fairly warm in here. If you can see behind me, there's frost. That's going to be about impossible to get rid of until you get about halfway up the tent. It kind of disappears from the heat. But we're just going to be relaxing. I'm going to get some food going because I want to go to bed full tonight. Going to bed full is going to help keep me warm and comfortable. So I'm going to get cooking. I just checked out my weather because I was curious how cold it really was, and wow, this is a record for me. This is a record. I'm just gonna show you right on my phone. So it's negative 11. Current right now. We've got wind Gonna be dropping even more from -11 to 16 by 11 p.m. It's only 7:30 right now. Feels like -37. 35-mile-an-hour gust, 21-mile-per-hour wind. Again, we're protected from a lot of it, but I could definitely believe that because it only took minutes for my face to freeze when I was walking in that wind earlier. Oh, needless to say, it's cold. I'm gonna enjoy this. That's delicious. That's needed right now. That is seriously needed right now. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'll catch y'all in a bit. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm not really having a good time. Yeah, see, just nothing's working. The screen just went dark. Yeah, it's been rough. It's just really cold. I'm having a hard time keeping the fire going for some reason. I haven't got to eat yet, and I'm super hungry. Just hasn't been a good time. I did purposely park, where I chose to camp, it was not hard for me to just like walk to my car and just leave, so there's no real risk of danger. I can always just go home, no big deal. But yeah, just want something to eat. I just don't want to go to bed hungry, and I know that it's gonna be a really, 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 really cold morning, and I'm just not looking forward to it. It's gonna be not very fun, and I don't know how I want to go about it, because it's really gonna depend on how cold it is. If it's super, super cold, then I might leave some gear here and come back for it later. It'll depend on how I feel. At this point, I'm just hoping I can get some food. We do have some good heat in here, which is wonderful, so I'm thankful for that. Gonna try to make some Knorr cheesy cheddar rotini pasta and a creamy cheddar cheese flavor sauce. I got it in the bowl right there. I'm in my sleeping bag. That's why it's kind of hard for me to move around a bit, but ooh, I can tell that's definitely need to move that. Yep, there it goes. Keep trying to dry these gloves off, so it keeps falling on them. I'll be honest, I almost packed up and left. Like, I already have all my sleeping gear packed up, but I didn't think I was gonna get to eat, and I am not gonna be going to bed on a night like this without Sorry. I didn't get to eat, and I'm not gonna go to bed on a night like, yeah, and see, just nothing's working, but I just didn't want to go to bed on a night like this without something to eat. But I think I'm gonna get to eat, so I'm gonna dig in, enjoy. I know you can't see, but I'll catch you in a bit. My lighting's, yeah, as you can just see, my lighting in here really sucks because, oh man, everything's just so cold and it doesn't want to work, except for my headlamp. That's actually working reliably well. We think this whole inside of this is just soaked. I think that's because I've had this thing going with enough heat for long enough at a consistent rate that I'm actually drying things out a bit. Now that I was actually able to eat, I think I'm gonna stay the night. I was gonna bail, but I'm gonna stay now. Eating some chicken now. Turns out I actually am gonna get to eat tonight, which is great, because that means I'm not gonna have to go to bed hungry. I'm not gonna go to bed hungry when it's negative 18 degrees out with a wind chill of negative 43. Keeping warm. This has been keeping us warm. Look at all that frost. You can see how hot that stove is right there. It's so hot. I'm boiling some water right there. I'm gonna stick it in one of the water bottles and I'm gonna put it in my sleeping bag overnight. Should feel pretty good. You can hear that wind. Ooh. That was a strong gust. Good evening, guys. Time's 11:30 at night. It's in the negative 15 Fahrenheit, and I am tired, and I'm ready for sleep. So I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll catch you all in the morning. Peace. Morning, guys. Very zoomed in because it is extremely cold in here. It's 8:30. It's negative 15 Fahrenheit. And oh god, there's frost around my entire sleeping bag that just like knocked off. It's cold in here. Gotta get this fire going, and the only logs I have left are big, and so god, how am I even gonna start this? Oh boy. Oh, I'm in a bit of trouble here, folks, because I thought that I had dried my boots out last night, but they are frozen solid. They are just frozen solid. I mean, it makes sense. I fell in a creek last night, but I can't get my feet into that. So no breakfast for me today, guys. I am scrambling to get everything packed up. I've got a little bit of heat going in here, but with it being below 20 Fahrenheit, I don't have the luxury of dinking around. Like, I just don't have the wood that I need, so. I knew that I would have about an hour from the time I put my boots on to when I couldn't feel my toes because my boots are completely frozen solid. So I have everything packed up for the most part. Everything left but a couple nicks and knacks and the tent in the stove. So I'm just waiting for the stove to go out now, and I'm gonna pack the rest up. So it's time to get out of here. 16 degrees Fahrenheit inside the hot tent. So it's still about 40 degrees warmer inside that hot tent than it is out here. Which, by the way, the storm's completely passed and we have blue skies now, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Time's 9:18, so we're still pretty early morning here. I got up early today. I usually will try to kind of sleep in a little bit, but I knew it was going to be a rough start. I just wanted to get this over with. I knew it was going to be painful. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow. It's crazy gorgeous. I can't believe how icy it was in the tent. I made it through the night. I didn't bail. I'm really proud of that because I really almost did. I'm going to be honest, I almost bailed. But I didn't, and I'm happy. Let's get this tent out. It is cold out. Okay, so I have everything pretty much packed up. A couple items left. So I'm gonna start hiking out with the backpack now. You could say when it's this cold out, it's negative 17 Fahrenheit, I just checked. I don't care about looks. My backpack's a mess, nothing's organized. I don't care. I don't care who sees me. I'm getting out of here. It's cold. If I don't start moving, I'll get very cold toes and fingers.